I'm sitting here waiting for my laundry, and I'm thinking, how can anybody be happy with this mode of existence? Like, having to spend your whole fucking life, basically, and like every hour, your waking hour of the day, basically, damn near, has to be spent in pursuit of money that's just pieces of paper that these fucking evil bastards, like, print out of thin air. And you have to, like, just be shelling out money constantly. You can't, like, buy a piece of land and have shelter and grow your food and live. Even if you do that, there's people that are constantly going to be like, no, give us money, 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 pay me, pay me, pay me, pay me, pay me. Just people that are after you all the fucking time want your fucking money. Shelling out, you got to be doing something to endlessly make money. Selling your time, selling yourself, selling your energy, selling your soul, basically, for slips of fucking paper, or else there ain't no way for you to have a fucking roof over your head, to have, just basic things to even survive now in this world. Like, that seems kind of fucked up, doesn't it? That's to me, I mean, I think it would be somewhat different, or at least it would feel like it was different if, if you making so much that you're getting ahead, you know, consistently getting ahead, but you're getting, when the only option is to work and work and work and pay and pay and pay to get fucking nowhere and just be stuck, it's like, and it would seem sort of different, I suppose, if you were getting paid in something that was, you felt like, okay, maybe this has some sort of actual value as opposed to pieces of paper, like, you know, when for all the inflation and deflation, like if you were getting paid in gold, silver, diamonds, rubies, something that, or I don't know, something that makes sense, something that seems more valuable than toilet paper. You know what I mean? What would make more sense? It's just like, I mean, some sort of inherent intrinsic fucking value, like, hell, even being paid in like canned food or something would make more sense, because, like, if anything, that's, compared to the dollar, that's appreciating in value, if anything. And I mean, of course, eventually it expires and then the value is essentially gone. But while, before the actual expiration, the point you can't eat it, compared to the dollar, that's appreciating, going up in value in comparison with the dollar. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be worth twice what it was, a year later or something, as long as it hasn't expired by then, right? If it's like canned food or something, or grains, rice, beans, whatever, it's worth more than the dollars you paid for it, because, or, I mean, making money to have land, without rights, I mean, I don't want to go freaking, I wish to hell I could go back and get a do-over the last year at least, that'd be nice. Shit. Hindsight's 2020. It was stupid to fucking buy this car. Like, I don't know what the hell my fucking big focus on a town car. Oh, it's a nice car, reliable, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. You know, should have been thinking camper van and fucking hyper-focused on that the whole time. Or, well, I didn't realize, the things that I now realize more. I didn't realize how totally fucked everything was. I thought that, you know, the, I thought that having, enough money in your bank account that you could show to people who rented out apartments would have been enough for me to go to some place that has an apartment available and say, here, I have money. Take my money and give me the keys. But no, that is completely not true at all. And then, I find out that, I had more time to think about how much of a fucking pain in the ass it would be trying to live in a car because you have people fucking with you and chasing you around all the time. And I had more time to realize like how much of a pain in the ass it also even is to find even a place to park a camp trailer. Like, camp trailer would have been all right if I could have got someone to like rent me a space to keep it in somewhere, but even that like is kind of a difficult to even get into. Like, you're lucky to even be able to get into some place like that that's not charging you a fucking arm and a leg just to have a space to set your old camper in. If or to find a place that even allows you to have an older camper that isn't some $20,000 fucking thing or $30,000 or $100,000 thing, like, it's like you gotta be a fucking millionaire to live anywhere, right? Damn near. Or you could just kind of maybe barely scrape by if you're spending your entire day, like basically every day of the week, taking or following orders and doing what you're told for a paycheck. Then, then, unless you're, then maybe you can like kind of just barely stop the loss of money a little, slow it down a bit, slow down the inevitable fucking bleed of money that, unless you're making $30 an hour at least, that's about a bare minimum. I mean, it takes two people working full time at minimum wage to even stand a chance in hell of being approved for any apartment whatsoever, basically. Because, and it's less about the ridiculous cost of rent. Of course, that's a factor, but it's more because it's not that they're like, oh, it's best, It's one thing to say, you shouldn't spend more than 1/3 of your income on rent. It's another thing to say, oh, if you don't make 3 times the rent in your income, then you're not allowed to fucking rent this place. That's a whole other deal altogether. If you've got the fucking money, they should take your goddamn money. And if you run out of money, then they can boot your ass out. But until then, I could have been renting a fucking house this whole year. Still had fucking 25, 30 grand left or something. Instead, I'm down below like fucking $8,000 because I've been blowing all the fucking money in a goddamn motel. I've probably blown $1,000 or more on fucking like lottery tickets. Fucking cross my fingers, praying to goddamn miracle, And I wouldn't doubt if I may have blown possibly like 2 grand or so on like alcohol in the last fucking year, probably. Yeah, probably about that, I imagine. Maybe a little more. Probably about 2,000. I would say could be a little more. 2,000, maybe even as high as 2,500. I don't think so, but could be. Very, that may be more realistic, I guess. But hell, I spent that much in fucking like, you know, most of the months that I've had to rent a motel room, I've had to spend that much to fucking just for the motel rent. I was stupid, man. I'm telling you, man, if you ever get to the point where, oh, you've got 50 grand, you don't have a full time, whatever, man, like, just immediately, like, give up on trying to fucking get a place to actually rent. Just fucking get a van. Just go straight to a fucking van, dude. You know? sell everything else and buy a fucking van, I think, is the way to go. That's what I'm gonna have to fucking do now. And a little fucking late in the game for it, but even find something. And find a fucking van, they're all like, you know, a couple, 200-300 fucking miles away, or they're priced at like 10-20 times what the fuck they're worth, or they get nice pictures and sounds good, and then you have to travel 200 fucking miles or something to go look at them, and it turns out they're a piece of shit, you know. Just wasted your fucking time going to look at them or something. It's like every fucking day, every week that I don't fucking have some alternative, then I either gotta like go sleep in my fucking car, or I gotta pay up another $350 for the next goddamn week in a motel. And that's now that I have the discount, right? Of course, if I leave the fucking motel, even for a couple of days, or, you know, go stay somewhere else for a week and come back, well, then I'm back to like 2,500 to $3,000 a month, basically. You know, fucked over real fast. You know, twice as fucking fast, basically, if I leave. And it's like I have like places where I could probably go stay for a week or 2 weeks or something here and there, you know, and I could fucking I could go camping for a little while, but whatever. If I do that, you know, it sounds like, oh, that could save you money. Then you're not spending money on a motel this week, but bullshit, because you come back or you leave for a month or two, even you think you're saving a couple of months rent at a motel. You ever get sick of fucking living outside like a homeless person? You go back to the motel, they charge you twice as much as what I was paying before to make up for the fucking money they lost when I wasn't there. You know, that's what the fuck they do. The prices are so fucking high, man. It's like everywhere, man. I'm telling you, man. I shit you not, dude. Almost every maid that works in these damn motels cleaning up, they're living in their fucking car. Or if they got like two full-time jobs while they're living in the motel, maybe sometimes. But like, you know, even the managers are living at the fucking motels. And then there are like these places where you can get a bedroom or something in some shared house with a bunch of strangers, and half the time you got all sorts there, man. Some of them are, you know, goddamn college professors and working. I mean, you know that people that work in Silicon Valley, like, mostly are living in their fucking vans, cars, RVs, etc. Like, people that are like computer programmers making six-figure fucking salaries can't afford to rent a place anywhere. That's, of course, that's California, but it's getting almost that bad, like, fucking everywhere, dude. There's people in New York and fucking California and shit paying fucking $4,000-5,000 a month rent, which means they must have such a high paying salary to even be allowed to rent the place. Like, they must be making like 15 or 20 grand a month. You know, you'd have to be making at least six-figure salary to even be approved to rent something like that. And to even be approved to rent the cheapest fucking piece of shit places here around here, like, you have to be making like $60,000 a year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, basically. That's it. Or you can't get approved. That's the way it is, man. Uh, and nobody will rent shit to you if you don't have a job, man. You could have fucking $10 million in your bank account or something. The cocksuckers won't rent you a fucking apartment for $1,200 a month or $1,500 a month because I gotta check your credit score. Like, fucking hell. You got fucking $100,000 in the bank, and they'd be like, "Oh, I can't rent to you."